Do you translate your mother tongue or native language into English? What do you think? Is it right to do so? Well, if you ask me, I would say it is a catastrophic disaster that you make when you translate your native language to English. Now, why do I intensify this to the catastrophic disaster? That I'm gonna explain in today's video. So guys, when we are actually trying to translate our native language or mother tongue into English, we are basically trying to distort the grammatical rules assigned for our native language, and then we are trying to translate that grammatical rules to English, which again has another set of grammar rules for itself. Now, this is your native language, this is English. This native language could be anything, and it has got its own set of grammar rules, and English language has been assigned its set of grammar rules. Now these grammar rules and these grammar rules are totally different from each other. So how can you overlap them? If you overlap, what would it become? It would turn into khichdi. You know, the khichdi that we eat. It's called khichdi because many things are being assorted. So no assortment can be done in two languages. This language has to be given the due respect as it is, and English has to be given its own due respect. So for stopping to translate the native language into English, first we have to stop thinking in our native language. Now, by and large, it is very common that whenever you try to express your thoughts or convey your thoughts, or if you want to strike a conversation, the first thing that pops up in your head is your native language or mother tongue, which is absolutely fine because it is very evident. This language we have been carrying along with us since our birth. So it is very fine. But since we are on a journey, we have embarked on a journey to learn English, so we have to make a conscious effort to stop thinking in our native language or mother tongue and directly start thinking in English. So whenever you make a mistake of thinking in your native language and then trying to convert or translate it into English, stop doing that immediately. In the beginning, it might be little difficult because you are not ready to do so and you don't know how you would do. You would be confounded that what am I going to do? Every time I try to think, my native language only invades my mind. So what to do? Actually, for this, there is a very simple solution that I've brought especially for you. Whenever you are stuck in this situation, try to take it simple, okay? So before striking up a conversation or before actually going into a real conversation, practice. Practice within yourself, in your head, or with yourself. You practice. Make yourself your companion. Stand in front of the mirror and talk to yourself. Now, how to start talking to yourself if you don't have a topic? Now let me give you an exercise. It's kind of homework for you. You can do at home. And if you feel that you have done the homework successfully, you just give me on the comment box, done. So I would understand that you are actually following my advice or suggestion, whatever you say. After all, I'm a friend and I can just suggest you, I cannot advise you. So guys, what you will do is you will stand in front of the mirror and all the objects that you see around you, it could be a comb, it could be a toothbrush, it could be your makeup products, it could be the lights, it could be the mirror, it could be the glass. Just look at those objects and think about those objects in your mind. First, just stick to those objects, means one word at a time. Mirror, glass, comb, toothbrush, toothpaste, like this, okay? And then once you're done with objectifying them, now the second thing would be you have to connect these objects with each other. Like you can say, the mirror is fixed on the wall, okay? Next, the comb is lying on the dressing unit. or you can say it's a beautiful yellow light. Okay, so actually you are framing sentences and trying to convey the surrounding that you are in. So see, you have to start in a simple manner and don't think that you're gonna become an expert overnight. No one has become. And please take one step at a time. Don't look at those people who are advanced speaker. Okay, start from the basic level and don't ever undermine yourself thinking that I won't be able to reach that notch or level ever in my life. First, start and give yourself at least 20 minutes every day. When you have embarked on this journey, take this journey seriously. Without being sincere, without having perseverance towards that journey, you won't be able to achieve the fluency or the confidence that you desire or you aspire to achieve. So, my dear friends, you have to really work dedicatedly, devotedly, diligently. See, all the D words I have told. Anyway, guys, so the thing is, every day you give yourself 20 minutes, or let's say 30 minutes. Don't just decrease the time. 30 minutes would be fine. If you give yourself 30 minutes, the first 10 minutes read something, the next 10 minutes listen to some stuffs, and the remaining, that's 20 minutes is gone, so the remaining 10 minutes you speak to yourself. Now the method that I've told, you can start objectifying the things around you in the beginning, and then you can just connect those objects to one another, or you can just talk about the surrounding you're standing in. And just for the first 7 days you keep doing these things, so you will see that the native language which was popping up in your head initially has already stopped popping up, and it would happen magically, mysteriously, that you would think that it has happened magically, but believe me, it's all your hard work that's going to pay you off. So perseverance pays. I'm telling this with my experience. When I started my journey with spoken English, my English was good when it came to writing, when it came to reading, when it came to understanding. I was very nice. That was my forte. But when it came to spoken English, I used to stutter. Why I used to stutter, that I'm gonna tell you. It's not because I didn't know the perfect word or I didn't know how to frame the sentence. It was all because I didn't have the habit of speaking. In school also, I spoke with my friends in native language because that was the informal way of speaking. But our teachers used to be very strict with us. The teachers used to say that if you found speaking in any other language apart from English, then you would be given some stringent punishment. So we would be always scared and have cold feet that and look around ourselves to find if teachers are looking at us or not. And if when we are just convinced that teachers are not there, then we would just switch to our native language. So in this way, what happened, when you are not bothered about speaking in English or any language, then you don't get expert in that language. So I was good at writing because I used to read a lot. So definitely whenever I would just pen down my thoughts, all the vocabularies would just come out. It would sprout out. Okay, but when it was time to speak, the vocabularies would come in front of my eyes, or let's say it would pop up in my head, but the time I would try to pronounce those words, I would stutter. It's all because pronunciation is also very important, which nobody has told you, I think, in any of the videos. Because when you start reading out, like if you have a newspaper in your hand or a book in your hand and you start reading out the things, you will see there would be words which you are not able to pronounce in a seamless way. So whenever you are stuck in a word, look up for that word's pronunciation on Google. Google is very good. It will give you the pronunciation both in British as well as American English style. So that's up to you. You adapt whichever you like. You just adapt that. But once you are done pronouncing the word properly, you will see your English becomes very smooth, very seamless. Because most of the time, what I've seen, there are many people who know how to speak in English. They're very good at writing, but when it comes to speaking English, their flow becomes very slow. Their pace also becomes too slow. I'm not talking about the medium pace. I'm talking about the pace which is full of pauses, which is full of fillers. So avoid doing that, and to avoid doing that you have to look up to the words meaning as well as the pronunciation. Once you become expert in pronouncing a word, you see your English becomes smooth and smooth as a stream. So my dear friends, I hope this video was of some help to you. And one more thing that is very important, put your effort to 100% and don't think about the result. The result will take care of itself. Okay, and don't gauge yourself and don't compare yourself with others. Gauge your own level after like 15 days of trying and tested method or trial and error method. That whatever I told you, you just try those methods and see after 15 days where your level has gone up. And yes, don't forget to read out loud, listening to good English contents, and don't start reading some very deep books, means the books where the vocabularies are hard and you won't land up understanding anything. The best way to start is grab a kid's stuff like a fairy tale book. We think that fairy tales are not for us. I'm telling you one thing, the stories might look very whimsy and what do you say, flimsy and fancy sort of, doesn't matter, but the English writer, whoever ever has written that book is a writer, and the writer always puts out good things. So the content is very nice and the English is also proper. So go through these books and get the basic English done first. Once the basic English is done, the foundation is laid, and then you can top it up with your intermediate skill, or you can just improve your English by researching a lot. Anyway guys, so all for today. My video was again, what do I say, my video always gets prolonged. I try to just keep it short, but it happens when I start blabbering or purge my soul, it happens. So forgive me for that, and if you have liked my video, you know what you have to do. So stay tuned. Bye bye, take care.